Today our topic is bedtime tapping. Now I don't know what your bedtime routine is, and most nights that's all I can do to just get my face washed, teeth brushed, and get in bed. But when I do bedtime tapping, I wake up the next day usually feeling great. Bedtime tapping is sort of a preventative health care. It helps us to deal with all of those things that have mounted up during the day that most of them by themselves would be nothing, but when you add them together day after day after day, it drains our energy. Think of it this way. Perhaps you feel like $1,000,000 most of the time, but each day you drain off 50 cents here, $1 there, $1.50 here, with all of those little hurts and anxieties and worries and things you wish you hadn't said, things you wish someone else hadn't said, all of those things. And over time, they sort of deplete your bank account emotionally and energetically. You can deal with that with tapping. So before you go to bed, what you can do is just start tapping through the spots and think or talk out loud about what happened in your day. If there's something that's sort of sticking there that needs to be dealt with, you'll know because you won't be able to move on to the next thing. This is important to do for yourself, and it can also be a very important thing to do if you have small children at home that you're tucking in and getting ready for bed or saying prayers or whatnot. You can deal with whatever happened in their day too and get them all set up for tomorrow. So what would that look like? That would look like just starting at your eyebrow point. And I'm just going to use a fictitious day. It's not bedtime, so I can't really go through my day very well and come up with things, but I'm going to kind of smush a bunch of days together and give you some idea. So I might start here and say, woke up late, feel pretty lazy, can't even get out of bed in the morning. And that just started my day off bad. Rush, 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 hurry here. And in the process of doing that, I left my cell phone at home. I didn't have some important papers with me that I really needed for a meeting, and that just made me feel even worse. Got to work, realized I didn't even put on my watch. Have you ever gone through a day without your watch? Feel kind of naked. I must have looked at my wrist 1,000 times. All because I didn't get up in time. Really have no excuse for being so tired that I couldn't get up on time. I just didn't do it. Must mean I'm pretty lazy. I don't know why it really bothered me so much. But Sue was pretty crabby today. She was in a snit about everything, and that rubbed off on me. Now my head knows that Sue's snit doesn't have to be my snit. But it sure felt like it at the time. I choose to let that go. I'm sorry I let it bother me. I'm sorry that Sue was in a snit. Went to that restaurant at lunch. Food was delicious. But I ate too much, and I know better. Felt sluggish all afternoon. Didn't plan ahead. Didn't remember my goals. And pure and simple, I just ate too much, and I wish I hadn't done it. Dog threw up. That wasn't fun to deal with, especially after having a crappy day. But I did what I have to do. That's what I always do. And sometimes that gets old too. Nothing good on TV tonight. But I wasted a bunch of time staring at it anyway. Don't feel so good about that. There were a lot more productive things I could have done. But in all honesty, there are worse things I could have done too. I choose to release all of these negative emotions. I choose to love and accept myself. Even those parts that don't seem so lovable and acceptable. Some not so great things happened today. But I choose to remember they weren't disasters either. I may not have been at my best, but I choose to remember I was good enough. Most things I did pretty well. I choose to honor who I am. I choose to trust in my choices. And I choose to let the rest go. Take a deep breath and let it out. If you do that and you're honest with yourself about the things that happened, rather than judging whether you should be upset about them or not, because should just doesn't fit here, I think you'll feel better. So until the next time, happy tapping!